So now I'm at the point where I'm going to sand down my tabletop, or the seat of the bench. And I was originally going to use the new table saw to clean up the rough edges on the bench to make it kind of smooth so you don't see those indents, but I kind of like the rustic look of the indents. So I didn't use the table, I'm just gonna leave it as is, and I'm gonna just sand it down so that's really smooth. So to sand it down, I have to go through a progression of grits on sandpaper. So I'm gonna start with 40 grit, and then I'm gonna go over to the 80 grit, and then the 180 grit, and then the 220 grit for all the pieces that I just cut out. So the seat, the legs, and the braces over there. And then once I do that, I'm gonna paint the legs and the braces white, and then I'm going to stain the seat a dark brown color so that it's that classic farmhouse style. So here we go with the sanding. So the cold one out, I think I'm gonna leave it at just the 40 grit today, and then I'm gonna do the rest of the sanding little by little throughout the week. I still have to do the legs that I have down here and then the supports that I have over there. But I just barely got through the 40 grit on the seat here. It's just too cold, so I'm just gonna call it a day and then do a little bit every day until I get the rest of it sanded down. So I'm changing tactics a little bit here. I'm dying of suspense to see if this is actually working out the way that I think it's gonna work out. I don't know if the legs are gonna be solid and the braces are gonna be solid. I know the seat is fine, but the legs and the braces are the point that I don't know if I did it right or not. So I'm gonna change tactics. I'm going to go ahead and assemble the bench first, and then if it all works out, then I'll take it apart again and paint the legs and stain the seat. I just wanna see if the way that I think this is supposed to come out, it's actually coming out the way it is supposed to, if that made any sense. So off to assembly, and then we'll see how it all works out. I'll sit on it and see if it doesn't fall apart. I'm so happy. Look at this. I'm not falling off. It's not falling apart. It's solid. I'm so happy this worked. So now I'm going to paint the legs white, paint the braces white, take it all apart of course, and then stain the top, and it's gonna go in my room. I am so happy. I'm so shocked. So as much as I want to jump right into painting and staining my bench, I actually have a couple other projects I got to work on today. So I'm going to put this on hold, and I'm going to work on another blanket ladder, another personalized Lazy Susan, and I also have to work on a bathtub caddy, new customized bathtub caddy that somebody wants for a birthday present this month. So putting my bench on hold, working on some customer products, and then I'll get back to it. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. A painter, I am not. This is probably the most tedious part of the project right now, is having to paint these pieces white that are for the legs and the support. The staining I'm fine with, it was very simple to do, but the painting I hate. So I wish I could just stain every project I work on. The seat came out wonderful. That's just drying, and then I just got to get a nice good solid white on all of these pieces, and then I will assemble. But it's gonna take another few coats, and I hate painting. All right, moving on. Everything is now painted and stained, and we're ready for final assembly. I'm so excited. So on this leg, it's flush, it's gonna be flat and it'll be fine, but I did mess up on this leg. It's not flush, so if I grab a straight edge here, you'll see that it's a little bit crooked. So I'm debating if I should sand it down or if I should take it apart and try to cut some more off of it. I think what I wanna do is just, since it's so little, I think I might just sand it down and see if that'll work. And hopefully it'll work fine. Almost done. So the final piece of the puzzle is how to secure the braces on this end, and I don't know how to do it because if I screw it in straight down, it's not really going to latch into anything. I can't really screw it in this way, so I don't know what's the best way to secure these braces right now. I'm gonna think it through and see what I can come up with as far as getting the center braces in there. When I was first building it, I had put in just the brad nailers because I knew I was going to take it apart, and so with my brad nailer here, but I want something now that it's going to be in its final place. I want something more secure, so I did put the brad nails originally in the top part here, but then I put in a more solid screw to keep it more secure. I just don't know how to get the center braces more secure, so let me think about it. So with Mike's help, we just decided to put in a screw on the side of each one, and then it's just enough to hold it in place. It doesn't look pretty, but it's the underside. Nobody's ever gonna see it, so I guess it's okay.